Hey guys, on this episode of Nev's Garage, we're going to be looking at the functionality of the rear sway bar and links on this MY99 WRX. It's a GF8 model, it's got the factory plastic links, and we're going to see how they operate and see if there's a way to improve that. So let's get into it. Alright, so let's have a look under the car and see what we're working with. So there we can see the sway bar and the sway bar link attached to the lateral link. Some people will call these control arms. Technically that's true. Right, so we can see there that it's just a C-shaped plastic link that links the sway bar to the lateral link or the control arm. Now, because these are plastic and they're U-shaped, I suspect they probably compress and spread like this. So let's stick a dial gauge on it and see what it actually does. Alright, let's just zero it off now. Alright, so what we've got there is our dial gauge is mounted to the bottom of the link and it's pointed at the top of the link. So we're going to check for link spread. We're going to do that by jacking up this wheel. We're going to lift it from the hub and we're going to see how the sway bar link reacts. Alright, you ready? Now just remember the other wheel's on the ground, so this is effectively going to put a twist on the sway bar. The same as going over a bump with one wheel would, or going around a corner. So here we go. Look at that. And this is moving slowly. So there, the wheels just started to lift and we've got a whole millimetre movement out of the link. Alright, so I'm not going to go any further. That demonstrates how much those links actually do flex on the dial gauge. Now what I think we'll do is we'll mount an action camera on this control arm and we'll go for a drive and see how much they flex on the road. Alright, let's take it for a drive. Alright, so it's a little bit hard to tell in the point of view video because it moves so fast, but it seems to jump around a fair bit. Alright, so there's our factory plastic C-shaped link. Let's rip him off, see what we've got to work with. So we just need a 14mm socket, 14mm flat spinner. Now, you'll see here that Subaru were good enough to put a mounting hole in the back of this lower sway bar link bracket. So we're going to pick up that hole. We're going to use the original hole in the end of the sway bar, obviously, and we're going to use one of these solid ball end joint links. Now you can see how he works. It's adjustable in the middle, put it on any angle, make it any length within its adjustable range. Okay, rightio. So what we need to do is fit it to length first. We've got the factory link on the other side still, because we obviously want to make them both the same length. So we're going to leave one factory link fitted while we fit the first one of these, and that's going to give us our length template. Rightio. So let's just undo these ball end retainers, take the washers off. Alright, so we're going to put a big joint to the bottom because the offset's going to work better that way. Both up and down and sideways. So now we just need to set it to length. So we need to set it so that the ends are relaxed when it's the right length and they're pointing the right place, and they're pointing the right direction. I think that's it there, that's where we need to have it. Looking pretty darn good to me, like that. Okay, so that's our basic length, so we're just going to nip that up by hand for now. Alright. What I'm going to do now is just put some grease on all the threads, just so that we can torque it up nice and smooth, but that's the shape we need to have the link. Righto. Alright, so let's fit the link. So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave the centre just loose, so that when we tighten up the ends, it'll self-position into its right natural position that way. Okay. So what we're going to do, first of all, is put a washer on. Put our link into position. Another washer on the other side. Now end nut. Now I'm just going to tighten up the top link just firm so that I can check the angle on the bottom, make sure the link is the right length. Because as I tighten this, I'm just going to pull it a little bit. So it's now pulled in against the sway bar. And then we can check it for length again. And yeah, it's not quite long enough. So let's just pop it out, lengthen it a turn, and pop it back in, see if it's any better. Yeah, that's how long it needs to be. Cool. So you can see there why we don't lock up the centre before we have the right length and the right position. So now we can put the washer on the bottom ball end and its retaining nut. Then we can do it up far as well. That. So we've got those both firm now. Now we're going to lock up the centre of the link so it stays that length and it doesn't rattle loose. They are only quite a fine thread, so don't over tighten them. That'll be plenty. Now we can just torque the end nuts up properly now. Again, don't over torque them, don't snap them. It's just got to be tight enough to rattle loose. They're serrated nuts and they have washers on there, so they're not going to rattle loose. That's enough. Okay, that's it. The link's in there. So now let's just give them a bit of a wipe the excess grease off it, make it look all nice and purdy. Like that. Cool. That's it, guys. It's fitted. Okay, so let's check out how they look from different angles. There it is there from behind. From the top. And from the side. Okay. So it looks pretty cool. And even more important than that, it's going to do a great job. Alright, so here's the other side, which is also fitted now. Cool. So I think now we better give it a test drive and compare it to the performance of the plastic link. guys. We've got a nice new Superpro roll control rear sway bar links fitted now. A lot of difference to the old plastic soggy ones. You can really see the difference in how they behave to these ones in that point of view video side by side. Hey, even better than that, you can feel the difference in the car. It's a lot more solid in the rear end. It turns in better. So I reckon this is a really good value for money mod. It's easy, it's quick, pretty cost effective too. So anyway dudes, that about wraps up this episode of Nev's Garage. Until we see ourselves again, thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing. We'll see you next time on Nev's Garage.